Kelly and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are going to be doing my November wrap up as well as my December TBR for this video, which holy cow, it's already December. Like I say in every single TBR video, wow, the month went by so fast, but actually this whole year went by so fast, I feel like. And I can't believe we're going into 2025 next month. It's crazy. But we're gonna start off with my wrap up just because I did not read a lot of books in November. So typically I do two different videos of my wrap up and my TBR, but since I didn't read that many books, I thought I would include it in this video and then get to the TBR because the TBR is my favorite thing to do and watch on YouTube, just like some of you are doing with this video. So we are going to talk about the books that I read in November and then set up my December TBR of what books I want to read before the year ends. So this month of November, I read a total of 3 books. I think this is not the lowest amount of books I've read. I think April was, but this month is pretty close to one of my lower months of reading, just because I was in a reading slump. I did reach my reading goal of reading 50 books within the year, and I think after I hit that goal, my brain was like, oh, you hit your goal, and I just didn't want to read anything, so I did read 3 books this month, and they are 1 romance, 1 young adult fantasy, and then a manga. So you probably can guess 2 of those from previous videos. But the first book that I read is actually an arc, and it was a really exciting arc for me to have and to get. It is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I still to this day cannot believe I was lucky enough to get an advanced reader copy of this book. Because this book doesn't come out until April of 2025, and I literally just did the lottery type deal on NetGalley and I got it. And I don't want to say that's the book that put me in a slump, but I started feeling slumpish at this book. So Say You'll Remember Me is about Xavier and Samantha. Xavier is a pet veterinarian and Samantha comes into the clinic that Xavier works at, and it's kind of like an instant love story, and I think I found out I don't like those. It's not just the love story, it's also a story about Samantha's mom who has dementia as well, which I think that took a lot of the plot of the story. Like again, Abby Jimenez, she doesn't just write romance books, there's also like some big message in the story, or just like mental health or something like that in her stories. So I really liked that because it gives it more of a like a literary fiction feel to it. But I did rate this a 4.25. Even though I did start slumping after reading it, it did take me a while to read it just because it wasn't my favorite kind of romance. But I think the way that Abby portrayed the characters and their growth and how they learn to kind of go through life even at its most challenging points, I really enjoyed a lot. So I did rate this a 4.25. I'm excited for this to come out next year, and if you've seen the cover, it's beautiful, and I can't wait to add it to the shelf. The second book I read this month was Death Note Black Edition Volume 2. This I read in a vlog trying to get out of a reading slump because I needed something easy to read and something I could finish real quick, which of course I did. This book, if you don't know, is based off of Death Note the anime. I've seen the anime. I knew I'd like this. It was just a nice, quick, easy read. I rated it 4 stars. Yeah, I kind of talked about my thoughts a little bit in the last vlog, but I really enjoy Death Note. This is the last copy I have, actually, so I need to go and get 3 and 4 so I can continue reading this series, because I just love Death Note so much. So, and the last book that I read in the month of November, which finished literally yesterday, November 30th, was Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and this book has been on my TBR for a while. I think it was on my September TBR, and then I didn't get to it, and then I put it back on my TBR because I was like, I need to read this. And I had the audiobook, but then because because I was slumping. I didn't listen to it right away, so I finally was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit and binge read this so I can get it off my TBR. And I know this is very related to Fallen by Lauren Kate, is that correct? I think, which I read last month. Was it last month or 2 months ago in October? And because it has to deal with like angels or fallen angels, things like that. And like the ending, I get this is a series as well, so the ending I was just kind of like, that was it. Like it just, I kind of threw the book. I was just like, that was it. I did enjoy reading because I could binge it. It was easy to read, fast paced. I just did not like the ending. I mean, I guess it's making me want to read the second book, but did I like this more than Fallen? I think I like Fallen's like aspect of like reincarnation and all that. This, it was okay. I rated it 3 stars. It was okay. I think for its time, which was what, like early 2010s, or even probably like 2007, 2008, 2009, like that era, probably this would slap. But like now I'm like, there's a lot better books published than this, so I rated this a 3. Okay, a little cut in. I'm still reading The Games Gods Play, so that is still on my read. Like I said, I've been slumping and I'm this far into it, if you can't see. It's taking me a while, but I am enjoying it, so that's a little update on this. I'm still reading this, so this automatically is in my must read or must finish for the month. And then the 2 books that I did not get to for my TBR was The Violent Season and The Setup. And I think, I don't know what else I put on my TBR, but these were the only books that I still had in my pile that I did not read, so I'm just gonna put them back on the shelf for the TBR for December, because maybe they will get chosen again, but who knows. I know that's probably gonna bother some of you, but I literally can't fit it, so hopefully I pick a book from this shelf and I can squeeze it back in where it needs to go. But we got some new prompts in here. I added some like wintry, holiday-esque type prompts, kinda, since it is December, but we'll see. I think 6 is a good number, so we're gonna stick with 6 books on the TBR. And yeah, hopefully I stirred these enough up. I feel like sometimes I pick the newest prompts I throw in there, even though I like mix them around and grab from the bottom and all that. So here we go. First prompt. I'm scared. What does this say? I don't even know what this says. Book published in current month. I have no idea. So give me a minute to see what books have been published in December of whatever year. Oh my gosh, that took forever. Okay. I went through most of my books to see when they were published. I like had to Google, or like I use Goodreads, so I could be wrong, but 2 books so far are Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield, or I could continue and read Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Once Upon a River is a glorious tapestry of a book that combines folklore, science, magic, myth, suspenseful, romantic, and richly atmospheric. This novel will sweep readers away. I'm kind of leaning towards this, just because it's set more like in the winter time, and I kind of like this. I know I have prompts of like finishing a series or continuing a series, so I think I'm gonna hold off on Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher for right now. But I do want to get to it soon. Alright, so first book, Once Upon a River. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull number 2 prompt, and that is this one. I kind of picked that one weird, but let's see, what does this say? Oldest book published. Oh boy. What about The Secret Life of Bees? I feel like this is a book that might be pretty old. 2003? 2002, something like that. So I think, based off of every other book I have on here, I believe this is the oldest book on my TBR, or on my shelf. So we're gonna do The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. I remember I was at Goodwill and I read the back of this and I thought I would enjoy reading it, so I picked it up. It's set in South Carolina in 1964, and it tells the story of Lily Owens, whose life had been shaped around the blurred memory of the afternoon her mother was killed. When Lily's fierce-hearted black stand-in mother, Rosaline, insults 3 of the deepest racists in town, Lily decides to spring them both free. They escape to Tiburon, South Carolina, a town that holds the secret to her mother's past, taken in by an eccentric trio of black beekeeping sisters. Lily is introduced to their mesmerizing world of bees and honey and the Black Madonna. This is a remarkable novel about divine feminine power, a story that women will share and pass on to their daughters for years to come. So, I'm going to add this to the TBR. I know beekeeping and all that's pretty, not wintry, but it will work. I do want to read this. It sounds like a very great story to read. So there we go. For the oldest book published, we're going to do The Secret Life of Bees. Okay, 2 books down, 4 more to go. I know my math. Okay, I feel like I'm not showing, but I'm trying. Again, my jar, my hand doesn't fit in it very well, so I'm just going to have to go with the flow. Here we go. We got a prompt. This one says, oh, come on. A book with a plant on the cover? With a plant on the cover. Okay, we have Too Hot to Handle. I can see there's a cactus. Terms and conditions, is your play? There's drawings of a plant, but I think I'm looking for an actual plant. Powerless. I had this on my TBR before. Careful. There's a flower, so maybe I'll put that there. The Hazelwood has a plant on the cover. That seems kind of cute. Oh, I missed this one. We have Famous for a Living, has some plants. Reckless Girls has some plants, but this looks very summery. Don't want to read that right now. Anything else that piques my interest? Nothing really. Okay, so let's see. These are my options for a book with a plant on it. We have Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Mystery thriller book. Not really feeling it. You know, like I just kind of looked at it and was like, eh. So I'm gonna put that back. Okay, we have Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. This one looks very cute. The cover is so cute. Okay, so this, maybe. The Hazelwood, maybe. Oh, or Powerless. Powerless was on my TBR before, but then I just never got to it, and I do want to really finish or read more of the Chestnut Springs series. But I do have prompts in here that is like finish a series, continue a series. So like I'm gonna put Powerless back. Now I'm in between these 2 books. But I'm leaning more towards Famous for a Living because it's like a cutesy little romance book. You feel? Because I feel. Oh, cute. There's little like Instagram posts. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson is gonna be for a book with a plant on the cover. Alright, so we have what, 3 books? 3 books on the TBR. And I also have 3 more to go. So here we go. Author's name starts with a K. I knew. Okay, author's name that starts with a K. Let's see. K. I'll do first or last name. Do I have any authors that start with a K? Christy. Ooh, okay, Christy Boyce. I did K because my name's Kelly. That's if you were wondering. Kemmer. I guess this is okay. I'll pull it. Ooh, okay, we got some good picks. Hold on. I have a Christian Hannah book. I would love to read it, but I found out it's the second. It's supposed to be Firefly Lane and then this book. So I cannot read it. Oh, I have a lot of K's. Hold on. I'll do this. I don't really want to read Local Woman Missing right now. And I have Kathleen Glasgow. Girl in Pieces. Don't really want to read. I guess these would be the two. Okay, we're gonna put it down to 2. Oh, I also have T.J. Klune, The House in the Cerulean Sea. That's been on my TBR a couple times, and I feel like I should finish it. Okay, here we go. These are the ones we're gonna pick through. We have The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This has been on my TBR before, so I could put it back. I just got this. This is Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco. It's the second in the series. But she's kind of big. Like, I'm already reading a kind of big book. She's kind of big, so she's kind of off-putting. But I love Carrie Maniscalco. We have Bridget Kemmer with Forging Silver into Stars. I've read the A Curse So Dark and Lonely series. Or I have Dungeons and Drama, which this cover is so cute, and I can't wait for the next book because it looks so cute. But this is like a cutesy little romance. I just added a cutesy little romance. So I think I'm leaning more towards The House in the Cerulean Sea, to be honest, because I put it on my TBR before and I just never got to it. So I think December might be the time for me to read it. So I think I'm going to do The House in the Cerulean Sea. I would love to read Dungeons and Drama 2 by Christy Boyce. I'm going to do The House in the Cerulean Sea. Yep. That's my final choice for an author. The name starts with K. Last name, Klune. There we go. Okay, 2 more to go. Let's see, what do we get? I'm gonna pick from the top maybe. This one. Okay, this says, if it will focus, recent purchase, which is great because I think my most recent purchase, I have a few. I have Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco, which I just bought, as well as Daughter of the Pirate King and Dungeons and Drama. So, and I bought those all on the same day. This seems very interesting, but also I really want to read this, so I think I'm going to do Dungeons and Drama. I've been eyeing this book because this cover is adorable, and her new book is coming out in January, I believe. So I feel like I should just read this, because, yeah. But also I want to read this too. Yeah, I'm going to do Dungeons and Drama. The cover's so cute. Okay, so that's for a recent purchase. We have one more pick to go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do this closing my eyes. Does it matter? No, but I think if I close my eyes, it'd be a better surprise. I want this one. This one, right here. Do I only have one? I hope. Oh, it's upside down. Something, 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 something. A book written by a female author. Well, that's really easy because most of the authors I have are female. So, let's see, a book I've been kind of eyeing that I would love to read. The sticker keeps falling. Because I did not get a series prompt, I'm leaning more towards Lauren Asher or Elsie Silver. If I read Lauren Asher, I don't have any more of her books that I currently own. So that, yeah. Elsie Silver, I have a couple other books to read. Or I could just start a Tessa Bailey book, because I haven't read a Tessa Bailey book. So, I mean, the prompt really is a book by a female author. It's not one that I haven't read. It's just any female author. Okay, you know, I'm leaning more towards Powerless because I believe he's a hockey player, and hockey players are hockey, I think, more of winter, especially in Minnesota. Go Wild. And like I said, this was on my TBR before, and I think I'm gonna do Powerless back on the TBR for a second time this year. Now we got some wiggle room on my shelves to put that book back. Got some space. I mean, now I gotta put some other books back and all that, but that doesn't matter. But let's go through all the books I'm reading for the month of December, or trying to read. We'll see if that happens, unless I'm still slumping. I mean, I'm not slumping anymore, but like if I get into another slump, okay? Okay, so a book written by a female author, I picked Powerless by Elsie Silver. For a recent purchase, I chose Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. For an author's name that starts with K, I picked The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Back on the TBR again. For a book with a plant on the cover, I did Famous for a Living by Melissa Ferguson. There's many, many plants on this cover. For a book published, or the oldest book published that I own, is The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. And the last one is a book published in the current month, which is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. There we go. There's my December TBR. I hope that I get to some really good reads this month for our last month of 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe. I post videos once a week, whether it's book related content, lifestyle videos, vlogs, kind of anything that I feel like posting. So if that interests you, please make sure you subscribe. And also, just a little heads up, if you've read any of these books, please let me know if you liked them or how you felt about them. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions about these reads, or if you have any recommendations yourself, go ahead and let me know down below. But that is about it. Thanks for watching. Bye!